Imagine a thought experiment. If you train consistently, eat perfectly, and lift heavier weights every single year for a decade, will your muscles just keep growing indefinitely? Does the human body have a hard cutoff point where it simply refuses to pack on another ounce of mass? Most people operate on a linear assumption. More workout plus more protein equals more muscle. It treats the body like a calculator, where every unit of effort generates a fixed unit of growth. This logic creates a harsh biological trap. Eventually, your efforts will hit a wall, where the energy you put in no longer yields the results you expect. This linear math seems to work in the beginning. An untrained nervous system and fresh muscle tissue adapt incredibly fast to new stress, creating the rapid progress known as beginner gains. But within a few months, those easy wins disappear. The common reaction is to double down, assuming that if 5 days in the gym was good, 7 days must be better. Constantly stressing the body without rest leads to systemic fatigue. Your recovery systems fail to keep up, and your actual performance on the gym floor begins to drop. If working twice as hard stops your progress entirely, the foundational understanding of how muscle is built needs to be re-examined. Lifting weights breaks muscle tissue down. The actual construction of new muscle happens only after the training session is over. The weights you lift provide mechanical tension. This acts as a biological stress signal, forcing the body to prepare itself to handle similar trauma in the future. Actual tissue synthesis requires a 4-part cycle: stimulus, recovery, nutrition, and time. New muscle proteins are synthesized during the rebuilding phase, occurring only when the body is at rest and properly fueled. Muscle growth is a reactive defense mechanism. Your body builds mass to survive repeated mechanical stress, not for the sake of aesthetics. Your body is ruthlessly efficient at adapting. A heavy stimulus on day 1 eventually becomes your body's effortless baseline. To stay ahead of that efficiency, you must use progressive overload, constantly manipulating weight, repetitions, and technique to keep the stress signal active. This graph shows a lifting career. Growth shoots up steeply in year 1, then flattens into a curve. Every new kilogram becomes harder to secure. Even with perfect training, the far right curve requires massive time from microscopic improvements. This curve of diminishing returns is a biological reality that no amount of discipline or extra protein can bypass. Many internet calculators claim to predict an exact weight limit for your natural muscle mass. In reality, there is no universal formula that can account for the complexity of your biology. Your potential is determined by individual physiological factors: bone structure, the length of your muscle bellies, and your hormonal environment. You can estimate your current standing by looking at your history. If you have years of consistent training and high strength, but your physical growth has stalled for over a year, you are likely nearing your genetic threshold. This threshold represents the point where the biological cost of building new tissue begins to outweigh the return. Reaching this curve is often frustrating, but a plateau is a sign of your body's adaptation, not a failure of your training. At this stage, the goal of lifting shifts toward preserving strength, metabolic health, and bone density over the long term. Natural bodybuilding is the process of maximizing your own unique blueprint, rather than measuring yourself against a different genetic profile. Understanding how your body navigates this biological curve allows you to focus on the real achievement: maintaining and refining your physical potential over a lifetime.